Rainbow sleeves? Hellgear must have a Crystal Beast deck profile to show off. Not quite. This time it's the Advanced Crystal Beast deck profile for post Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge. I didn't have all of the Advanced Crystal Beast cards for this deck in Crystal Revenge when they debuted, but I have them now. And I've managed to, in testing this deck, come up with an all-new Crystal Beast deck type, which I'll be happy to show you guys a little bit later, as well as the upgraded regular Crystal Beast deck profile. So, be sure to check out all three of those videos, like all three of those videos for a comparison, and be sure to sub to the channel and hit the bell. Let me know what you think of this Advanced Crystal Beast build, as well as these lovely sleeves, rainbow sleeves, in the comment section below. But for now, let's count the cards. Going to begin with 2 copies of Advanced Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle. So, as a rule of thumb to all things Crystal Beast, when they're faced up and destroyed, either by battle or blasted, they get put into the back row as a face-up continuous spell. But the caveat to the Advanced Crystal Beast monsters is the field spell Advanced Dark, which again I play 2 of. In a regular Crystal Beast deck, Advanced Dark is a tactical field spell. But in the Advanced Crystal Beast deck, if this field spell isn't in play, all Advanced Crystal Beast monsters are sent to the graveyard. They are sent this way because you're supposed to banish them from the graveyard to special summon Rainbow Dark Dragon, which we do not run in this deck. Luckily, Advanced Cobalt Eagle also acts as the Harpy Queen for this deck, so you can pitch it to get to the field spell a lot easier. Next up, on this wonderful thing, I run 3 copies of the Advanced Sapphire Pegasus. He still does all of the Sapphire Pegasus things, but for the Advanced Crystal Beasts only. And he can also place an Advanced Crystal Beast that has been banished. So, when you banish something like, Crystal one of your other Crystal Beasts, you can actually get them back. One Advanced Ruby. Bias of the personal aside, this isn't as great as the regular Ruby. If it's placed in the back row, it has a once per turn where it can special summon itself. Or, to use the term of Neshi, when it's crystallized, it can break free of its crystal to become a monster once per turn, and then it acts as the regular Ruby Carbuncle Soul Charging action. But it doesn't bring the noise from the back row unless it breaks free from being a crystallized spell itself. In testing, I played with 2 Advanced Mammoth, but one seems to work a lot better because it reduces clutter. This guy protects the castle. He protects the field spell from being destroyed by battle or card effect, and also is a once per turn negate attack towards any of your Advanced Crystal Beasts. Originally, I played the regular cat in this build, but it didn't turn out too well, so I only run 1 Advanced Cat. You'll probably take this out for another Crystal Beast coming up down the line. Advanced Amethyst Cat lets all of your Advanced Crystal Beasts attack directly. Too bad they all do half the damage than normal. 1 Advanced Tortoise. This one actually is much better than the regular Tortoise because it is a quick effect to change the battle position of a monster on the field. That is non-link, of course. So instead of having a crystal battle like the original Tortoise, this one just switches the battle position at quick effect speed, which can be useful if somebody's swinging at you. Just switch them to defense position. Then the 1 Advanced Tiger. The Advanced Tiger buffs all the Advanced Crystal Beasts by 400 points, and then it nerfs 400 attack from all of your opponent's monsters. So whereas the regular Crystal Beast Tiger becomes 2,000 at damage step, this guy just comes out at 2 racks. Regular Crystal Beast engine, I'm playing 2 of the Advanced Rainbow Dragon. We all know what this does. The structure deck is out. And if you don't want to play the Advanced Amethyst Cat, you can also take out the Advanced Cat to play a 3rd one of these. I also play 2 regular Sapphire Pegasus and 1 regular Ruby. I've seen duelists play 2 regular Sapphire Pegasus to place, and it works. But the problem is, the regular Ruby is the missing link, and this allows you to bring the noise. Here's a little fun fact that you should know. The Advanced Sapphire Pegasus and the regular Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus count as Crystal Beasts with 2 different names. So altogether, there's a total of 10 different Crystal Beast monsters that you can have on your field and or graveyard to bring out the Rainbow Dragon. I also run the 1 Elemental Hero Neos. Ash Blossom wraps up the monsters, and yeah, pretty much. I don't need to tell you about Ash Blossom. You already know how good this is. Trap game first, folks. I play 2 of the Counter Trap. I like playing 2 of the Counter Trap because you will never realize how bad going through the first one is. 1 Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. This is another card that combines well as we enter our spell game with Foolish Burial Goods. You'll usually pitch this off of Foolish Burial Goods or another spell in the deck. So you can use the Rainbow Bridges once per duel effect to banish it from the graveyard, to special summon a Crystal Beast, and get the field spell online. So you can go into regular Sapphire Pegasus, grab your Advanced Dark, and then on resolution, use the regular Sapphire Pegasus's effect. Now the new card, Golden Rule. I went through 2 boxes of Monstrous Revenge and only pulled 1 of this card. And it's really, really good for an equip spell. It's treated as a crystal spell card out the gate. It places 2 Crystal Beast monsters in your back row, then special summons a Crystal Beast from your hand or graveyard, which this equip spell then equips to. And of course, when it's destroyed, the equipped monster is also destroyed. And this is an oat. One activation a turn. So ideally, you can put up 2 of your Pegasi and then use the Ruby, regular Ruby in your hand to bring them both out and go off. Usually when you see Golden Rule, you pretty much should be winning the game. 2 copies of Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. It's an extra Crystal Beast normal summon, and if you blast the Crystal Beast, well, you can blast the Crystal Beast to add a crystal spell. It also has a once per turn where if a Crystal Beast is placed in the back row, even during damage, you get to bounce it and a card on the field. I only play 2 of this because, again, it returns to your hand. 3 regular Rainbow Bridge. This searches out everything, including the Golden Rule. 3 Crystal Bond, which, in my opinion, the Golden Rule actually power creeps. 1 Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. You can use this card to discard the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation if it adds to your hand. And if you have an Ultimate Crystal monster in your hand, you can use both of the effects. Otherwise, you pick one. Again, that card is in the structure deck, so Not too much to explain here. Blessing just places crystals from the graveyard to the back row. Remember, advanced crystal beasts can be placed in the back row because they're not crystal monsters. They are crystal spells. And then a beacon to bring out regular Ruby. And finally, because I am playing Elemental Hero Neos, the Neos Fusion. Because Rainbow Neos is still a very busted way to win a duel in this deck. And now we get into the extra deck, ladies and gentlemen. We have our two Rainbow Dragons. We have one Over Dragon, one Overdrive, and of course the one Rainbow Neos, which Rainbow Neos is still busted as hell. And we love it. It is the alternative win con for the deck. If you can't bring Rainbow Dragon Overdrive here to 11k and then just blow the opponent out of the water. 1 PK Break Sword, because breaking a crystal in your back row is better than sacrificing itself. Tornado Dragon for the hits, the back row. Baguska to slow the deck and the game down. I actually do use Baguska in this deck because there will be times where you need to slow down. 1 Douglas the Timeless. Barricade Board Blocker gets back continuous spells, which we don't play, but it also is a way of getting back your Advanced Dark Field spell, which is also a useful extra deck piece. 1 Cherubini to send one of your level 3 Crystal Beasts to the graveyard. So either Rubies, your Amethyst Cat, or your Emerald Tortoise. And yes, that does come up. Nightmare Engine, of course. Saryuja for the actual draw. And then because shoutouts to Jesse Cotton teaching us that Zelandis in this deck is nuts. Like banishing regular Ruby Carbuncle to bring it back and you have Crystal Beast in your back row is disgustingly broken, and it's beautiful. Yeah, that's right. There are only 13 cards in this extra deck. I don't have all. The other 2 cards can be whatever you want. Some people play Cross Sheep. You don't really need to. So, let me just explain this to you guys. If you have a Ruby in hand, your Golden Rule, and Neos Fusion, you can literally end the game with these 3 cards in your hand. You're essentially going to be working it like this. So, I do need my Neos. And here's how we do this. You'll play your Golden Rule. Your Golden Rule is going to bring out both copies of your Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. Or if you want to, you can bring out 1 Rainbow Dragon and then 1 Sapphire Pegasus. And then with that, you'll either special summon Ruby Carbuncle from hand or graveyard. You will bring these 2 out. Then Golden Rule gets equipped to Ruby. After that, you'll play your Neos Fusion. You will pitch in your graveyard your Neos and your Ultimate Crystal Monster to bring out the Rainbow Neos. Right here, you'll use Rainbow Neos' effect to either, if your opponent has back row, you will bounce Golden Rule, and you'll tribute Golden Rule, and you'll blow back your opponent's back row. And because this wasn't destroyed, Ruby Carbuncle stays on the field for whatever reason. That's just odd, but it wasn't destroyed. But yeah. Oh wait, no. Okay, so I take that back. You contribute the golden rule, Ruby goes to the graveyard, and you literally have these guys tearing up your opponent's monsters. Or you can simply give up the Ruby, leaving the golden rule there. You'll bounce your opponent's monsters, and all three of these guys swing at your opponent for 10,500 damage. And yes, it is that beautiful. Advanced Crystal Beasts, I know a lot of people give them flack, but they are a pretty fun deck to play. And if I get another golden rule, I'll definitely be adding it to this deck. Like, sub, and bell, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching. But for now, I take my cards to the box because I'm done. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.